Hello students, welcome to my class. So in last class we have discussed about electric current. I think you might have understood everything about it. If any doubt, you may mail me. Clear? So today we are going to read about electric potential. Now my point is, what is potential? Potential means capacity, ability. Suppose we are saying to somebody, you have the potential to do this work. You have the potential to do this. It means he or she has the capacity to do that. Now, it is electric potential. It means the capacity of electricity. It means what work electricity can do. So what work electricity can do? The electricity can be responsible, or electricity will be responsible, or electricity can make the electron to flow in an electric circuit. Clear? So when the electricity will make the electron to flow in an electric circuit, we can say that electrons will change its position or change their position. As a result, we can say that some work is done. That work is done by electricity, and that is the electric potential. So how we can write the definition of electric potential? So we can write, it is the amount of work done by bringing a test charge, or we can write unit positive charge from infinity to a point. So if we will take a unit positive charge or test charge. So what is unit positive charge? Unit means 1, positive charge is proton. So if we will take 1 proton from infinity. So here what is infinity? If we consider the infinity, it is uncountable. But no. In physics, infinity means we cannot measure the value of that. So whose value we cannot measure, that is infinity. So from any point to a particular point, if we will bring a unit positive charge, that is 1 proton, how much work will be done? That work is equal to the electric potential at that point. So we can write electric potential its symbol is V is equal to work done by charge. Electric potential V is equal to work done by charge, or we can write V is equal to W by Q, or W is equal to VQ. V is equal to W by Q and W is equal to VQ. Now we have written V is equal to W by Q. Now see, what is the unit of W? W is work done. The unit will be joule. Q unit, charge unit is coulomb. So SI unit of its SI unit will be joule by coulomb, will be equal to volt, V-O-L-T, volt, and it is written capital V. So SI unit of electric potential will be volt. Now we can write 1 volt is equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb. 1 volt is equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb. Now can I write the definition of 1 volt? Let us write. 1 volt is the potential at a point when 1 joule of work is done by bringing a charge of 1 coulomb from infinity to that point. That means if we bring a charge of 1 coulomb from infinity to a particular point, then we can say how much work will be done. That work is equal to 1 volt. Sorry, the potential of the that point will be equal to 1 volt. Now, next we'll see about potential difference. Potential difference, it is also denoted as V. The potential difference is also denoted as V. So what is the potential difference? Now in electric potential we have read that one point is infinity, another point is a fixed point, but here both the points are known to us. If both the points are known to us, then we can say that the work done between or work done in bringing the charge, unit positive charge, from one point to another point will be the electric potential difference. Or we can write it is the difference of a potential between two points, or we can write two ends of conductor. It is the difference of a potential between 2 points or 2 ends of conductor. Or we can write it is the amount of work done by bringing a unit positive charge from one point to another. So in electric potential, one point was known to us, another point was unknown to us, but here both the points are known to us. Clear? Okay. Now we can write potential difference. V is equal to same thing, work done by charge, or we can write W by Q, and its SI unit is volt. The SI unit of electric potential difference will be volt. Now my question is, why we are reading electric potential and electric potential difference? Now see this important point. Electric potential difference, electric PD I am writing, is responsible for flow of current in a circuit. That means this potential difference is responsible for the flow of current in a circuit. It means current flows from higher potential to lower potential. Higher to lower potential. Now, suppose this is a point A, this potential is 5 volt, this point B, potential is 3 volt. So obviously electric current will flow from 5 volt to 3 volt. Is it clear? Now, how can we know that potential electric current is flowing from higher potential to lower potential? Let us take some example. Take a body and keep it at a height h above the surface of earth. So it will have the potential energy mgh. When we leave the body will fall down, and this potential energy is converted into kinetic energy till the body reaches the ground. So this is potential energy is 0. This potential energy is mgh. So here the body is traveling from higher potential to lower potential. Similarly, take two buckets and join by a pipe. In one bucket put full water, another bucket very less water. You will see the water will flow from higher level to lower level. Like that, electric current also flows from higher potential to lower potential. Now, let us consider an electric circuit. Here is a bulb, this is the plus, this is the minus. This plus means it is of higher potential, minus means it is of lower potential. So obviously electric current will travel from higher potential to the lower potential. This is the electric current. But we know electric current is the flow of electron. Here at the minus side, the amount of electron is more. Plus side amount of electron is less. So electron will flow from minus to plus. So how it is possible? Electric current is going in one direction, electrons are going in one other direction. So as these two are two contradictory statements, scientists have told that, or scientists concluded that the flow of electric current is opposite to the direction of a flow of electrons. This is the conclusion by the scientist, just mixing these two contradictory statements. Now, next we'll go to resistance. So what is resistance? You can write it is the obstruction offered by the particles of conductor to the flow of current. Now see how the current or the flow of current is obstructed by the particles. Let us consider here, this is the conductor and there are the particles present in the conductor, and here the electric current is flowing, electrons. So when the electric current is flowing here, the electric current or electrons, they are influenced by these particles, means they collide with the particle, that's why their speed decreases. sometimes they are reflected or they are repelled by the particles, repelled by the proton of the electrons of the particle. That's why their speed decreases. When their speed decreases, the rate of flow of electron decreases, hence electric current decreases. So when the conductor offers resistance, it results the decrease of electric currents. The symbol of resistance. Resistance symbol is R. Clear? So now we will go to another interesting or most important part of the chapter, that is Ohm's law. So it states that at constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across two ends of conductor. That means at constant temperature, the current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the two ends of the conductor. Now, so according to Ohm's law, we can write V is directly proportional to I. V is the potential difference, I is the current. So we can write V is equal to Ri, where we can write R is the constant of proportionality. R is the constant of proportionality. Or I can write R is equal to V by I. So here R is called resistance of conductor, and its unit is ohm, OHM, and its symbol is like this, ohm. R is the resistance of conductor and its symbol is ohm. Now I can write one ohm is equal to, I can write 1 volt by 1 ampere, or we can write 1 ohm is the resistance offered by a conductor when a current of 1 volt, current of 1 ampere flows through it, and potential difference across two ends of conductor is 1 volt. So if potential difference across the two ends of conductor will be 1 volt and current flowing is 1 ampere, then we can write the resistance is 1 ohm. Now we have read the in the Ohm's law that V is directly proportional to I. If I plot a graph between voltage and current, potential difference and current, as it is directly proportional, the graph will be like this. It will be a straight line passing through the origin. So if the conductor satisfies Ohm's law, the graph between voltage and current, potential difference and current, will be a straight line which will be passing through the origin. Clear? So I hope up to this it will be clear to you. In the next class we will read the next part of the chapter. So thank you everybody, and wait for the next class for the rest of the chapter. Thank you again.